Hope you've had as good a Saturday as I have. I just got back from my martial arts class. That's right, martial arts. I think that any percussionist should be involved in some sort of physical activity outside of playing their instrument, whether it's jogging, working out, swimming, maybe playing some sports, or being involved in martial arts. Anything that helps bring physical awareness, helps bring awareness just of your body and how it operates. It's going to help you with your breathing, your posture, and then when you get behind your primary percussion instrument, it could really help influence your technique. The type of martial arts I study is a Filipino martial arts called Kali, and I study up in Sherman, Texas at Texoma Martial Arts, and there a lot of the martial art deals with stick fighting, fighting with sticks, and that's why I like to study it, because you never know when you might be attacked by someone with a drumstick. If you want to learn that disarm, you're going to need to pick up a good pair of Pro Mark drumsticks. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the newest edition of Drumming with Doug. Today I'd like to take a look at that phrasing in 5 and apply it to drum set. We're going to put a little bit of a twist on it from what we did when we were playing on one drum. Check this out. Alright, so I want to talk about taking the phrasing in 5 that we're working on and using it as a creative way or creative means to play a drum fill. Now, drum fills are hot topics of debates for drum set guys. When do you play them? What should you play? So on and so forth. A drum fill more or less is when you step away from the groove or whatever groove you're laying down, whatever beat you're laying down, and play some transitionary material, usually leading into another phrase or something. So it's kind of a way of building up momentum into the next phrase. Now I can sit here forever and talk about different concepts of being aware of what the other members of the group are doing in terms of your listening and your communication with them and so on and so forth. But a good general rule of thumb is you shouldn't go for a drum fill or play a drum fill if you don't feel comfortable playing it, and if you don't feel comfortable that you're going to come out the other end in time. Lots of times people are laying down a really solid groove, then they go to play something and time gets off a little bit and they come out the other end and they struggle to get back into beat. Man, there is no better way to get the evil eyes from the bass player in the group than to do something like that, right? So I like using different concepts as a kind of jumping point into bigger ideas for drum fills. So we are going to use that phrasing in 5 today. I want to stick specifically with the 2-3 version. So 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, and we're going to play that with this sticking. 1-2, right, left. 1-2-3, right, left, left. So it'd be like this. 1-2, ready, go. 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, stop. Noticing that I'm putting a strong accent on all the ones. All right, let's try it again. 1-2, ready, go. 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, stop. All right, cool. So the way we're going to use this is instead of playing actual 5-lits, we're going to play those two groupings of 5 as 16th notes. I'm going to get a little mathematic here, so try to hang on for a second. We're going to be playing in 4/4 time. I'm going to show this to you in 4/4 common time because that's what people usually play in for the majority of what they're doing. And in one measure of 4/4, you have 16 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I want to kind of put an Indian drumming or Indian rhythmic concept here and make those last 10 16th notes the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That way we end on the downbeat. So it'd be like going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Stop. Cool? If you're pretty comfortable with counting rhythms, it's not as hard as it sounds. You just start on the and of 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, stop. That's where it would go, and it would fall on the downbeat very nicely. So basically, think about starting on the and of 2 using that sticking. Now we're going to play it in a 4-bar phrase, and what I mean by that is the first 3 measures, you're just going to keep time. And then on that 4th measure, it should feel really, really natural. On the and of 2, begin your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, stop. Cool, I'm going to play a very simple beat, and I'm just going to play that rhythm on the snare drum so you can hear it. Drum fill. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, ready, play. So on and so forth. You get the idea. Obviously, as you feel more comfortable with it, you can start to branch out. Now, this is just a good beginning sticking to use. You can use any sticking you want. You can put emphasis on any different surfaces. You know, definitely play around with the voicing. It doesn't always have to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like we talked about in the previous video. It could also be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or any variation you want to in between. But it's a very neat idea, or a very good starting point for developing some of your drum fill ideas. You just tap that on into the phrase. So I'm going to go ahead and kick up the tempo a little bit, improvise a little, and continue to try to use that for my primary motive for my drum fills. Again, in 4-bar phrases. As with all the lessons so far, it really goes back to being able to subdivide and count and have that really strong internal time. You're only going to develop that if you play to a metronome and if you listen to lots of music. Listen to music, play along to music. You know, you don't even have to necessarily play exactly what that drummer's playing, but be creative, listen to what's going on with some of that music, and start to add these exercises to supplement whatever you're already working on. Cool? All right, here we go. A little brighter. 1, 2, 3. So, as always, should you have any questions or answers, hope you got something out of this, just shoot me an email, man, at drummingwithdoug@gmail.com. I'll get back to you ASAP. Until next time, keep on trucking.